Hi, I'm Trevor Collier, and we're going to be learning how to operate the R7 radio by Motorola. The large diode on the side of the radio is both the power knob and your volume knob. Turning it farther clockwise will increase your volume up until it won't allow you to turn it further up. Turning it all the way down, the moment you meet some resistance, is the lowest volume setting. Turning it any further will turn off your radio. To change the channel on your R7 radio, move the central dial clockwise to move your channels in ascending order, and then counterclockwise to bring your channels down. If you are on your first channel, you can continue going down and it will automatically go to your last channel. The button layouts of your R7 are very customizable, but typically we will have the zone button on the P1 key on the front keypad. Doing this will allow you to navigate your zones using the arrow keys on the front of the keypad. When you've made a selection, hit OK. You will now have access to the zone, the new zone, as read on the top of the display. In order to turn scan on with the R7 radio, hit the button that is designated for that function one time. It will toggle on and you will start seeing an amber blinking light on that radio. That indicates that the radio is scanning. If your radio is scanning on channel 1 and this radio is on channel 2, I should be able to key up on this radio and radio test, hear it regardless of the fact that I'm not on the same channel. Radio check, 1, 2, 3. This radio is on channel 2, this radio is on channel 1. In order to send a text message using the R7 radio, you may hit the button for your contacts or hit the OK button here to access your menu. Then access your contacts. Look for the person or the group that you are wanting to send the message to and hit OK. From there, you can send a custom message or automatic messages that are preset in the radio. In order to use the emergency for your R7, if it's set up, that's going to be the orange button on the top of the radio. This button is indented to prevent accidental set-off. In order to activate emergency, a short tap is all that is needed. In order to stop the emergency for your radio, hold that button down. If you receive an emergency call on your Motorola R7 radio, you will see it populate on the screen. In order to acknowledge it, hit OK. It will tell you who sent that emergency. Hitting OK again will allow you to delete that notification and silence the alarm. In order to activate Bluetooth services for your Motorola R7 radio, hit the OK button to enter the menu and move down to the Bluetooth icon and hit OK again. If you see no other options than My Status, the service will be off. Switch it to on in order to activate your Bluetooth services. In order to pair devices on your R7 radio, hit the OK button and navigate to the Bluetooth button. Hit OK, then navigate to Devices. If a device isn't populated, hit Find Devices. The radio will now scan for nearby devices looking for connections. In order to remove the battery from your R7 radio, turn the volume knob counterclockwise until it turns off and you hear a click. Once the radio is off, pull the tab on the bottom of the radio and push on the belt clip towards the bottom of the radio. In order to get a battery back onto a radio, place it slightly towards the bottom until it locks into place and slide up. You should hear a click as the tab latches onto the bottom. In order to charge your R7 radio, start by turning the radio completely off, as putting it on the charger while it is on can cause unnecessary strain on the battery. Then, line the grooves of the battery up with the charger until it seats firmly into place. A diode should come on, red for charging, green for finished, and yellow for reconditioning. For all other alarms, refer to the diagram on the side of the charger. Check the text on the back of the battery for the 4-digit manufacturing code. If the radio battery is older than 2 years, we recommend replacing it, as the battery may not hold as much of a charge as it used to when it was manufactured. In order to determine the age of your Motorola R7 radio battery, find the 4-digit date code. The first 2 numbers of that date code indicate the last 2 numbers of the year, and the last 2 numbers of the date code indicate the week of that year. For example, this radio was produced on the 32nd week of 2025. In order to put the battery back on your radio, place the battery against the back of the radio until it is flush and pull up. The radio should click if it connected correctly. You can then turn your radio back on. If your R7 radio doesn't have a scan button set up for one of the side buttons, use the menu by hitting OK and navigate to the Z-like icon and hit Turn On in order to toggle your scan. I'm Trevor Collier, a programmer with Aerowave, and this has been the R7 radio. If you have any questions or concerns, you'll find on the back of your radio, on the belt clip, an Aerowave sticker with a number that you can call at any time.